There are heroes and legends in NASCAR, but only a few become icons that reach far beyond the confines of the racetrack. The feat of reaching 7 championships is rarefied air in the sport, but it's not just a one-man show. Richard Petty had Dale Earnhardt, Jimmy Johnson had Chad Knaus, Dale Earnhardt had Richard Childress. 3 teams that represent 3 distinct eras in the sport. Petty Enterprises, the old guard, Hendrick Motorsports, a present powerhouse, and Richard Childress Racing, a bridge between the two. And much like a bridge, the road to success for Dale and Richard connected over a 2-season span where the Intimidator drove for a different owner. But what if Dale Earnhardt never returned to Richard Childress Racing? Before Earnhardt and Childress were champions and NASCAR Hall of Famers, they were both blue-collar racers trying to make it in NASCAR. In fact, in his debut, Earnhardt spun out battling Childress at Metrolina Speedway in 1974. Earnhardt, a new phenom in the series, found success early on, winning the 1980 Premier Series title. Richard Childress was transitioning from driver to owner at the same time and was looking for a driver to take over behind the wheel.
Last year's champion, Dale Earnhardt, has been having the worst slump of his young career. This week, Dale's team has a new owner, Jim Stacy.
Earnhardt's championship-winning team was sold midway through the following season.
We were at Talladega in 1981. I had a friend of mine say, "Do you want to talk to Dale?" He says he's not too happy where he's at.
Childress swooped in and hired the young champion for the final 11 races of the season.
Dale Earnhardt continued his string of bad luck. This time, Dale got snake bit on lap 32.
Childress put everything he had into the remainder of the 81 campaign. But when discussions began about the future, the owner and friend had a tough decision to make. Earnhardt, with other offers on the table, was actually told by Childress that the RCR team was not ready for a driver of his caliber. So, in 1982, and before he became the man in black, Dale Earnhardt drove for NASCAR Hall of Famer Bud Moore.
One last gasp now for Cale Yarborough as he tries to go to the inside, but he cannot get him. Dale Earnhardt on his way to a victory in the Renault 500, saluting the crowd as they salute him.
Meanwhile, Childress hired journeyman driver Ricky Rudd during the 1982 and 1983 seasons. Neither Childress nor Earnhardt found the championship success they desired. While Earnhardt won 3 times, Rudd took RCR to victory lane twice, proving it was a winning organization.
It's his first victory ever, coming here at Riverside, California.
And that's all Childress needed to know.
We kept talking, and we wanted to get back together. In '84, we did. This is the ideal situation for me.
So what if, in 1984, Richard Childress was never ready for Dale to return? Or better yet, what if Dale didn't return to RCR at all? The cascade of events alters the entire scope of NASCAR's modern history.
How long could you expect a relationship like that to last? Nobody's been together longer than you guys.
I think whenever we stop winning and things stop doing good, maybe it'll be time for us to part then.
The first item that jumps off the page is championships. How many, and more importantly, for whom does Dale Earnhardt capture multiple titles? If you remove Dale Sr.'s championships from RCR, would the organization be the same today? Or would RC have to give up its dream and fold up shop like other race-winning organizations of the era? Would Bud Moore's team have provided a long enough runway for Earnhardt to compete for championships? Or would the struggling team run out of time to be competitive? Following Earnhardt's departure, Bud Moore never had another driver of his caliber. More than likely, Dale doesn't win a title in the number 15 Ford, let alone 6. With 1 championship and less than 76 wins to his credit, Dale Earnhardt would not be in the inaugural NASCAR Hall of Fame class, and possibly not even first ballot. Then there's the elusive and career-defining Daytona 500 victory for Earnhardt that likely wouldn't have happened.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500.
Of Moore's 63 victories as an owner, only 1 was a Daytona 500. And how about the ripple effect for Richard Childress? Had Ricky Rudd stayed with the team after 1983, would we be looking at multiple NASCAR Cup Series champion Ricky Rudd? Would Rudd replace Earnhardt in NASCAR's first Hall of Fame class? Rudd started his own team in 1994. If that remained the same, he would have had 10 years with RCR, a time span which saw Earnhardt collect 5 more titles. Could Ricky Rudd have replicated Dale's success? Perhaps one of the biggest ripples would change history for a current generation. If Dale Earnhardt doesn't return to RCR, Does the organization last through the 90s and 2000s to present day? Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kevin Harvick are two of the biggest benefactors of the mushroom cloud of success from RCR. Dale Jr. was struggling in late models in the mid-1990s.
My car's kept about an hour from Mooresville when we race on Saturday nights, and we have a good time.
Dale put Jr. into a car in 1996 and 97 for select races before putting him full-time in the number 3 car. If there's no Dale at RCR, there's likely no DEI, and likely no launching point for the now NASCAR Hall of Fame inductee, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Diving deeper, Kevin Harvick had little success in the Truck Series before signing an Xfinity deal with RCR in 1999. If RCR didn't have the success with Dale in the 80s and 90s, would Childress have even been in a position to take a risk on the young California driver? And if not RCR, would anyone have gambled? If that was the case, the closer's career might have been closed up sooner than he would have liked. No Daytona 500 win, no kissing the bricks at Indy, and ultimately no hoisting the Cup trophy in 2014. And finally, Earnhardt and Childress's financial success in the mid-1990s allowed each of them to enter the new NASCAR Super Truck Series.
Checkered flag, Mike Skinner is the first Super Truck by Craftsman Series champion.
Does truck racing grow into the series it is today without the initial support from two of the biggest names in NASCAR? It's safe to say the careers of 4 NASCAR Hall of Famers and countless other drivers, crew chiefs, and crew would have been altered, and the record books would be vastly different. So what if Dale Earnhardt never returned to Richard Childress Racing? We will never truly know how those scenarios play out, because what we do know is what actually happened.